the vitamins that I've been taking and why I think I got this and all of this stuff. And there's Gerard. Gerard Gerard Adams is in the house, and so we're continuing this conversation. There he is. Made it. What up, G?
Yo, what's good? Live again.
We're live again. I was just speaking to how for myself I'm planning on starting to do these, like, for every 4 or 6 weeks I'm gonna do these like Zoom calls, I think, where people can come in and it's completely free, and I'm gonna speak full open about what I think is going on the planet and what's happening and what I suggest people do based on my conversations and my research, and like figuring out that balance between what do I speak on a platform like this and where do I speak like my full authentic truth. And I'd love, as someone, for those of you who don't know Gerard is someone who's become one of my best friends very quickly because we just have like a soul history. And one of the things that we both vibe on is calling it like we see it. We're collaborating. We'll tell you during this live, we're collaborating on a 3-day workshop. The link's in our bio. And even just yesterday or 2 days ago, there was like a voice message back and forth, just like honest, direct, this is how I'm feeling. This is how I'm feeling. And we've always had that. And so I admire in you the willingness to just shoot straight and say, this is my truth. This is what I believe. And you're doing that with your personal brand now, which a lot of people are scared to do online. And I'm curious where you find that balance of like what you can say, what you choose to say, what you don't. Like, where are you at with that? And how have you gotten there?
Yeah, it's something that it's taken a lot of time to really work through. Just understanding my own insecurities. And I grew up super insecure, and I gone through, like all of us, right? We all go through shit. We all go through these things that knock us down. And because of a lot of that stuff, especially when I was a little kid and being bullied, being jumped, going through things with family, it really had me dim my light and be scared to show up fully. And a lot of that I've honored because it's allowed me to step into entrepreneurship in a way where I felt like I had to prove so much, and that grit allowed me to persevere through a lot in life, feeling like I'm alone, like there is no plan B, like I have to go all in for Gerard. If I don't do it for me, I'm the last resort, no one else will. And that's gotten me pretty far in life, but then it didn't actually create true happiness. And eventually that missing piece was not owning my voice. And it's the thing that I really respect about you so much, and the reason why we became such even great friends. The first time I discovered Adam, y'all, how amazing is Adam at the fact that he just shows up fully authentic, speaks his truth. And I was like, whoa, this guy is out here really talking about like who he is at the core, whether you like him or not. And those are the kind of leaders that I follow. Those are the kind of leaders I want to be friends with. And those are the leaders that have helped inspire me to heal those parts of me that allowed fear to hide in the shadows instead of showing up fully. And it's taken practice. It's taken me to let go and to truly make peace with my old self and honor that little Gerard and rebuild a relationship with little Jeezy, I call him. Adam helped me find Jeezy. And then through all of that, I started just really asking questions like, what is important? What is important to me right now with what I'm seeing in the world? And who do I want to be? Knowing that there is no guarantee that there'll be a tomorrow. How do I want to make an impact on the world? And just through all of the work, I just started saying, you know what? I'm going to let go of what people think of me. And I'd rather live my life sharing 100% of me and not be liked and people unfollowing me than me showing up as just trying to be liked. And I felt like I was never going to really truly make the impact that I know that I'm here to create by filtering myself. And so, and I just, there's so much of that in the world. And so for me, it was time for me to break the mask and let go of that old Gerard and say like, and I've started to have fun with it, like courage and authenticity and stepping forward. Like it's fun when you don't give a fuck what people think of you anymore. It is so much more fun. Like now I'm getting hundreds of comments. I'm like, whoa, I've never had so many comments before, simply by just being myself and asking questions and not trying to, to try to, I don't, whether you agree with me or not agree with me, this is just where I stand. And where do you stand? And just getting curious and creating conversation and just rebuilding that relationship with conflict in every area of my life has been one of the biggest areas of growth for me as a leader at this point in my career and in my love life, in my family, in my relationships.
Yeah, one thing that I get a lot from people is they say like, how do you just like put yourself out there with, you make a poem and then music and then like there's all this like whatever, but you just seem to put yourself out there. And I have this mantra, which is, if everyone thinks your shit is good, it's probably not great. And that's something that for me, I've held on to because like, I don't want to make that thing that most people go, oh yeah, that's pretty good, I like it. No, no, no. I want the thing where there are people who go, I love that. I want to stand in line for that. I can't wait until the next poem or whatever. In order to have something like that, the the it needs to be strong enough and have a strong and potent enough message. And in order to do that, it's going to polarize. It's going to push away a lot of people.
Yeah.
COVID. And so that for me has always been helpful, because if people are hating on your message, it means your message is strong enough to have haters.
Yeah.
Like you gotta, otherwise your message was so weak that no one bothered to hate it.
Yeah.
And so that's been a big piece for me, is recognizing that you don't have to try and make your message stronger. I think on our last live, you said something that was really potent, or I said it, I don't know, I'm delirious, bro. But like this thing was like, cut away everything that isn't truly yours to do. Cut away all of the
Yeah.
stuff that's not fully your message. Like there are a lot of messages out there, and we have a 3-day workshop that we want to tell you about. The link is in our bio, but it's all about building your personal brand with authenticity and like the truth of who you be and how to write from that space. And the number one thing for me is like, stop trying to speak about everything. Stop trying to speak about everything. What is actually your message? What do you stand
Yeah.
for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I absolutely love that. I love that. And that takes like a lot of unlearning things, and it takes a lot of just being honest with yourself. Just being honest. What don't you know? What are the things that like you just get to be curious about and humble about? So many experts out here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's making sure that like you're taking the approach that you are still a humble student. Like I've taken the approach of just being the humble student. And if it's specifically about something that I have worked on for 18 years of my life, like I feel confident enough to truly share my experience. But even in our workshop, right? Like bringing on Adam Roa, a master storyteller. I've been creating content for 18 years in my entrepreneurial career. You'd be learning from someone who's been using content to build 8-figure businesses, more than one, over 18 years. But even I'm still learning every day. I still have a mind that's a novice mind of like every day learning new ways to connect and build community. But the one common denominator more than all of it is just speaking from the heart, writing from the heart, speaking from the heart, and really just having the approach of saying what's true and in alignment with you, regardless of what people will agree or won't agree, and just building from there. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really stoked, man, about today.
Yeah. I'm super excited. For those of you who didn't see it in my stories yet, there's a countdown timer because tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific time, uh, Gerard, the 3-day workshop, content to clients, kicks off, and I for those of you who are on here, I want you to understand. I had a six-figure coaching business when I had like 3,000 Instagram followers, 4,000 Instagram followers. Um, in many ways, I was more efficiently successful back then when I had like no real Instagram following the way that I do now. But my message was so clear. And if
Mm,
you followed me since back then, it was like you knew what I was sharing, you knew what I was sharing about, you knew who I was, and you knew how I could help you.
yeah,
And you have the ability to do that. You have the ability to earn good revenue, good income
yeah.
from a small Instagram following. And that's really, to me, the key here is you don't need to focus on the followers. You need to focus on the content. You need to focus on your message. And I know that that's the basis for everything that you're teaching. And it's going to be a huge part of what I teach tomorrow when I come in on day 2. And I'm so glad that you're teaching people this because I do think that you're one of the most just like authentic people I know in terms of sharing a consistent message.
Thank you, brother.
Um, yeah, for those people who want to be a part of this 3-day workshop, it's only $47. Literally,
Yeah,
I
never
think
done
when we went,
anything like this
bro,
with
when we went,
Adam Roa. Like what?
yeah, like come on, like we go to lunch and it costs more than that. And so like the fact that you and I are
Yeah,
going to come in and do this together for $47. If you're thinking about this, guys, you get the replays, you get a bunch of PDF templates, you get the framework, you get the time with me and Gerard over the next 3 days. There's a link in my bio and a link in Gerard's bio.
yeah.
There's secure your spot. Even if you can't make all 3 days, you're going to get the replay. So secure your spot. It's so much value.
And the one thing I just want to add, guys, is like, you're going to get these strategies and tactics that have been tested and proven, but regardless of that, because that's like more towards the later part of the workshop, it's the frequency of this workshop, which is the frequency of courage, which is how we talked about this live stream. And so for you to be in a frequency with other people just like you, that it's not based on how much money you have in the bank account or how many followers you have, it's based on everyone ready to step up and speak more from the heart, speak their truth, build their tribe, build their community, and create a sustainable way to serve from that place and build a business from that place. And you're going to be in a frequency with a whole community of individuals that are on that path with you. So just simply being, for me, when I love learning. I love investing into community. That's why I'm going into the Create community, Adam's Create community. Just the wisdom alone, there's that, but just being in a community of so many other people that are also stepping into that frequency of courage, of self-worth, and building a business that's in alignment with their soul. And just stepping into that, like that to me is contagious. And just simply being in that frequency is what I'm most excited about. As you can see, I'm getting fired up. And so I can't wait to see which one of you will be on the workshop for 3 days, tapping into that frequency of courage, of authenticity, of vulnerability, of abundance, of just like, hey, like we get to make more money while being ourselves, being the most authentic version of ourselves. And that's okay. And what does that look like for you to step into this version of you that is worthy of having way more money and more impact and more influence, and to feel good about it because you're showing up in full alignment with your truth from that place of what you believe is important right now in the world. And we live in a world right now where they need your voice. They need your unique message. There's a community out there that will, just like I jumped on Adam's live, right? You guys are his people, his tribe, who's been following him, who relate to him, who love this dude. This dude pours his heart and soul into you guys every single week, just like my tribe on my page. And each and every one of you has a tribe out there in the world that's waiting for you to shine your light, that's waiting for you to share your message, that's waiting for you to speak your truth, simply just to connect and for you to inspire them and for you to help them to tap into their courage. And so I'm so stoked to see all the courageous individuals that are willing to get out of their comfort zone and step into a workshop that is actually going to challenge you, because I'm going to be challenging those that step into this workshop to level up a little more in that frequency of courage. And then what would that create for you? What will that create when you start tapping into more courage in your life, and then creating content from there, and then building your business from there?
Yep. And I personally will be coming in tomorrow to be dropping what I know about how to write captions, write email, write from a place of being able to convert a call to action based on your authentic storytelling. Because at the end of the day, if you can get someone to feel, you'll get someone to take action. And so I have so much to share about that. And bro, I'm so grateful that you and I are doing this life thing and getting to
Yeah.
collaborate in all these fun ways, and just seeing how we can continue to provide value to people. And
Yes.
so I'm deeply grateful, bro, to be a part of your community
Thank
and
you,
vice
brother.
versa. And for everyone who wants to like experience the magic that Gerard and I have cooking up, it starts tonight. So make sure you hit that link in the bio, and we'll see you at the workshop.
Yes, cannot wait to see you on there. And just let me know. Let me know if you sign up and grab your ticket. I'm going to do some prizes. Let me know that you came from this live. Let me know that that you saw Adam and I today and it inspired you. Because those that show up to the workshop, that sign up today, that let me know, and that actually stay for those 3 days and really bring 100% of themselves into this, I'm going to be giving away a lot of really cool prizes, from coaching to cash to Apple to all types of things. But most importantly, regardless of the prizes, do it for you. There's at least, I know there's someone here that needed this message and needed this live to step more into courage and what that would create for you. So I'm so excited to meet you, Ada, brother. I can't wait to see you. I appreciate you, bro. I'm so excited to do life with you and to continue to collaborate, co-create, and co-elevate the world together. And so rest, brother, re-energize, and see you all soon in the workshop. Love
Love
y'all.
you, fam.
Peace.